What is up, everybody? Clint Esposito here with the Throwback Moto Thursday. This week we are watching FMX Riot number 3. What is up, Steven? How are you doing?
Yo,
I think your
am I
camera.
allowed to talk now?
You can talk.
Okay, cool. No, because all I've done is speak German tonight to my teacher at the German course because nobody else was there. And then she said, I'm not going to teach you anymore. I'm catching my bus and I'm going home. So I finally get to talk to you.
Did
How
she
good's
say
that?
it in German?
Ich kann jetzt mit dir sprechen.
See, it sounds way
I,
worse.
I said it fast to make it sound like I knew what I was saying, but I think if anybody knew German, they'd say I fucked that up.
Well, that would be your followers that would realize that, not mine. So,
And it also would mean that my teacher hasn't done her job very well. So,
well, obviously
yeah,
leaving class early.
yeah,
You should
exactly.
have gotten the ultimate class in one
I
on
was hoping,
one.
yeah, I was hoping
Like,
for one on one, but you know what? I'm either not paying enough or I'm not good looking enough. So there you go. I don't know what it is, but yeah. How are you, man? All good?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, better this week. Better. I've been busy. So actually, at the moment, right now, I'm in the middle of pretty much finalizing the guys for Munich, Night of the Jumps in
In
April. So
awesome.
I would probably say by this time next week, I should have a full riders field for you.
Awesome.
Might
Okay.
be able to drop, might be able to drop that news by next week.
Very good.
So
Is it going to be a
yeah.
team competition again this year?
Yeah, so these, yeah, exactly. So the German and Swiss rounds this year will be the teams one again. Um, so yeah, trying to get a couple more international guys over. We may have somebody, we'll have at least somebody flying over from your way.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Maybe we can get two. I'm trying my best.
I'm going to pull the. How do I view the live? There we go.
I'm trying.
Viewing the live stream so that way if anybody, John basically, comes in here and talks, I'm ready.
All right, so we need more than just John
Yeah,
jumping
people
on this thing.
seem to be getting in there. But
Yeah.
all right, so one thing real quick before we get into it. The Two Wheels of Freedom Fest. I'm really trying to pump it up, get it going. We're bringing the amateur FMX contest back. I feel like that's the most applicable part of that event for
Yeah.
said live stream. But
Yeah.
we also are going to have like a pit bike race. We're going to have an area for dirt drags, and that'll be on your Harley or on your dirt bike or pit bike or whatever. And then we'll also have like guided rides for the Harley. We're going to have some music. I'm going to jump the Harley. We've been talking about doing something extra, like having like a raised firewall and like jump through it
Oh.
to the landing or something. So you can't really put something like that on the landing being a wood
No.
landing, you light it on
But you
fire.
are kind of extra, so that is good.
Yeah, so I
Man,
figured if
that's
it's my
cool. So hang on. Can you get like a Harley Davidson to do a drag against the 450?
well,
Is
that's
that
what
where
I
you're
was
going?
thinking. I'm like, is are they even comparable?
I have no idea. I want to see a Harley versus a 450 versus a Stark Varg. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I that's where I was going at the end. I would say you would do street bike like classes, certain
Yeah.
CCs, yada yada, and then do a dirt bike class. And then if you wanted to have a race off versus like the fastest dirt
If
bike
you
versus the Harley.
fill Yeah, if you fill everybody with enough booze and like get like this smack talk going and be
Yeah.
like, okay, the Harley guy has to like, I don't know, defend his honor
Yeah.
and he needs to win that thing over this damn dirt
You're
bikers.
like, look at all
So
those CCs. How am I going to beat you with a 450, bro? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's a really cool idea. I love it.
And we're even gonna have there's a pond down in the back. This is Cedar Grove Motocross Park. There's a pond down in the back where it's gonna be camping. It'll be 21 and up there. We'll probably have a bar area and everything. So
Nice.
yeah, trying to put on a full event. I figured there's not that many amateurs in any given place in the United States, I would say. So
Yeah.
I'm like, we need to have an event where the FMX is like kind of something for people to go and watch as well as compete
Yeah.
in. But the whole thing's going to be fun, and there'll be a lot of events. So we'll also have biker games, like slow riding, or they push the keg in between like
Yeah.
some lines and all that type of stuff. So I will.
Awesome. How do I find it?
I was just gonna say.
How
So you can right now go to twowheelstofreedom.com, and I have the link up there. If you click any of those images, it'll take you to the ticket page where you can get tickets. I am finalizing the schedule and the events. We did originally have a pro motocross race, but we figured that would take a lot of focus and energy, and we want the
Yeah.
event to be more about less serious and a little bit more about fun. So we decided just to do a pit bike race, so that way you can get more people involved, and
Yeah.
it'll still be fun to watch. It's just going to be one class. We're trying to keep it simple, so it's not like
Bring
a.
the pro racers on the pit bikes.
Well, that's we were just going to do money. Well, we were talking about maybe two classes: money class and then just the goof off class.
The goof off class is the money class.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. It's true. Whether guys wearing a horn hat or going for the gold.
Hell yeah.
Either
Man,
way.
that's awesome. When
Um,
when is it? April 8th.
April
It's
19th and 20th. So the freestyle contest is going to be on the 20th. It's a week before your
yeah,
contest. Your
yeah,
contest is the following week.
exactly. I was like, hang on, that
Yeah.
really sounds familiar. No, I think ours is before you. I think ours is the 13th.
I thought you
Yep.
posted something. Oh, it is? I thought it was the
Yeah, the
28th or
13th.
something like that.
No, we've got the 26th of October.
Hmm.
That's another one. No, so Munich is the 13th of April. So yeah, 1 week after ours. So like I said, we actually one of the guys who could be coming to ours, I'm pretty sure he rides pit bikes. So if he gets home,
We actually have. He is in that area, if it's who I'm thinking.
ah.
It's gonna be Banks.
Oh, wow, no, I hadn't. No, actually, I do need to talk to him.
So
No, it's
he's
not
in
Banks,
North Carolina.
but
Oh,
I do need
okay.
to talk to that dude
So
too.
it's somebody that rides pit bikes from the U.S. I mean, the only other person I would imagine you guys calling up is who we keep talking about, but I don't ever see him post any pit bike stuff, which is Colby Gort.
No,
Who the hell are you
actually,
getting?
he's not American.
Oh, Jared McNeil.
Javier,
He's not a big pit bike guy either.
doesn't he ride him?
Maybe he rides more bicycles with his kids, I
I
would
s-
say.
yeah, well, I saw him on a pit bike like the other day doing a backflip, and I'm like, he
Mm.
actually makes the pit bike look like a regular sized bike. I'm like, so right there, he's got an unfair advantage straight away. Like, I sent the video straight to Squibby, and I'm like, is it just me, or did Javier actually make that look like he's riding a 250?
Yeah, he's right at home.
Poor dude. No, I do need to talk to Banksy, actually. Thank you for the reminder. So,
Good. I'm glad you're having Javier. I love Javier.
yeah,
He's a
just
good
need to
time.
get him over.
All
That's
right, are
that's the
you ready to go to our
yeah.
feature presentation? I'm sure people are like, we don't give a shit already. Let's go.
Yeah, shut the hell up and press play, would you? Yeah, I'm good to go, man.
All right, we're gonna go three, two, one. Oh, mine's loading a little bit. We're good
Oh no.
now.
Shall we start again at the
We
start?
can only be half a second off.
I'll probably hear it.
See, we got four
All right.
people watching. What's up, everybody?
G'day, g'day. How you going? I mean, this is going to be cool because I was looking at doing a free ride event last year in Sand Dunes.
Okay.
So I actually did have a little bit of a look at this footage
Oh, okay.
last year. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, there was a lot. So I went through it just to find some screen catches, like to make the thumbnail and stuff. I didn't go through the end, but there was a lot more. It's deceiving because the dunes are not that big per se, but
no.
they're still finding like cool jumps.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the one thing that I liked about this one. So where did they say they are? They're in Dubai, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yep.
Yeah. Looks good. Oh, here we go.
Which it's early enough where when they show Dubai, dude, because I've been there, and this is so early that like there's nothing finished in Dubai yet.
Yeah, true. True that. I've never been, so
I just had a layover, but we walked around obviously.
oh, that's cool. How
Like
many
an
guys have we
overnight
got here?
layover.
An overnight.
Yeah, going to Oman, we flew into Dubai and stayed there just for one night, and
Oh,
in some
nice.
hotel. So we just walked out around them.
Hell yeah.
Are they running paddles or no? Doesn't look like it.
I thought I saw. I thought I saw a little bit of paddle. That's
Paddle
not a
dust?
paddle.
No, it doesn't. The way that they're
That's not a
kicking dirt,
paddle.
it doesn't look like it. Dude, that's what I mean. There is some
But
sick
that one, I think
jumps.
that was a paddle though. Yeah, that's a paddle.
Yeah, that one's a paddle. You can see how it's roosting.
Hey, looking at the paddle? Oh, you better believe that's a paddle.
Remember the Fox movie Fly, Damon Bradshaw, and he's like, "All I need is a hooker and a flag, and I'll be in control." That's that's what the tire was called. The sand tire was called a hooker.
Really?
Yeah, and then he had one of those tall flags. He's like, "You just
No
need a
way.
hooker and a flag, and you're in control."
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's much cooler jumps than I was expecting.
Yeah, this is actually not too bad at all. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a decent jump to a not
Look at
very
that.
big landing.
Like a big triple type of fucking thing. So
All right,
did
so who have
you
we got here? We got Mason.
Renner? Renner was
Yeah,
the free ride guy at this point.
yeah,
Todd Potter,
yeah,
Justin Homan.
yeah.
Dubai, one of the 7 United
I
Arab
don't remember
Emirates,
who else.
located on the Persian Gulf, smack in the middle of the most controversial region of the earth. This surreal frontier is expanding
See?
faster.
How there's like
taller,
just dirt in
and
front of
bigger
everything?
than
There's
any
no
other
grass or
place.
anything yet?
Billions beyond billions are being spent to create what
That's
some
when I
say
tell
will be
people
the
like
greatest city in the world.
Oman was sick because it was all like old,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Whereas this is just completely
Dubai
different.
is like the 2000s just blew up all over the place. Like it's just like
Yeah.
there's nothing old.
Unlike any other dirt bike mecca on the planet, the crew were stunned.
It's
by
like,
this
is that a
bizarre
dirt bike
landscape.
mecca?
The only friendly sight was a local Honda dealership.
Oh, there we
where
go.
5 shiny new bikes awaited, fresh off the boat from Japan.
They had to order bikes to Dubai. It doesn't sound like a dirt bike mecca. They're like, we don't even have this.
Yeah.
Strokes, all fresh out of the box. Renner, being a factory KTM rider, would import his own machine from Europe, the orange 2-stroke KTM 250. The rules to Riot are simple. 3 days of competition will take place. Each session will be self-judged at the end of the day. There will be 5 riders. At the end of the 3 days, the rider with the most points wins. With vehicles and trailers supplied by the Dubai Honda dealership, the crew prepared to exit this vastly crowded,
They gave him a Dodge
somewhat
Dakota.
psychedelic metropolis.
From the Honda car dealership.
Unknown.
Not
Like-
Honda motorcycle, Honda
Yeah,
car.
they're like, we don't have trucks. Sorry.
Following the directions from a few dirt biking locals, the crew drove into the endless Arabian desert. The first
Oh my
stop,
God.
number 53. Today's ride
That
would only
just
be a
looks
scout mission
awesome.
required to break in the brand new bikes. So after a stroll through a real Bedouin village and past the camel herd, the crew slithered to the edge of what might be the largest expanse of sand on the planet.
Oh, Jeremy Lusk.
Oh yeah.
Just strolling in here through like this old abandoned village full out of like war movies. Next thing you know, you're looking at the biggest set of dunes I've ever seen.
Why
And a million sweet looking lips. So
did he cut his
nice little first
airbox
impression.
if he's taping it up now?
Well, it looks to me like there's an FMX Forever sticker
like
on the
sand
side of that
dunes.
bike, so I guess he's got that from Jimmy Verberg.
Or he had one over there.
Yeah, well, they just said that they imported it from Europe, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing that it's just come straight from Jimmy. Maybe Red Bull sent it over. Because Jimmy Verberg like does
Yeah.
all the work with Red Bull.
5 unique riders were invited to compete in Riot 3, all of them with a solid free riding resume. Mike Mason has proved himself as a top rider in the sport by winning multiple medals at the X Games. He took second place at Riot 2 and is looking to one-up it here in Dubai.
I think like a lot of us are in the same boat as you just think of this area as war, you know? I'm like, just so gnarly you'd never even want to step foot in it unless you absolutely had to, but you come out here, it's cool, man. It's just laid back, cool little setting, you know? Checking out the world, riding motorcycles with my buddies.
That's the tourism catch line right there.
Yeah.
It's a war zone. You don't want to step foot in it, but it's pretty good.
But this game is
Wow.
much more than just tricks. He will need to
Well,
step
he
up
was
and
saying
punch
that's
the
what we
gas
hear
to have a chance.
about that area, which you don't hear that about Dubai.
No, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, Dubai's not. That's not what I would have thought of
I've
Dubai.
never heard of any wars in Dubai. They have too much money.
No.
They're like,
No, exactly. Yeah, they got too much to have
Yeah,
a war.
yeah,
Not,
no one's
not
mad.
not that middle of the range amount of money to start a war. They just got too much.
You know, one way. But
Like in
out there,
Oman,
every
they
direction, so
all of the
it's really hard to
nationals
get used to, but
got
we found some
just
pretty big jumps
money
that
every
were
month
bigger
from
than
oil.
I've ever jumped at Glen.
Oh wow.
So like everybody just had nice cars and big houses
They just
and
get
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a payout for the resources.
We don't
I
want
like
to do
it.
that here. We want to buy our oil and everything from everyone else. Because that's a humanitarian thing to do.
You can come out here to the dunes and turn one corner, and all of a sudden everything's set up completely.
Young
different.
Ronnie
You can
Renner.
go over one hump and everything changes. It's all about the weather, all about your creativity, and it always comes down to your balls too. how much of them you want to use.
Rounding out the field is OG Justin Homan, one of the original gangsters that started the entire sport of freestyle motocross.
I wouldn't
and
be running
continues on
13
riding
personally.
today. The oldest rider with the
Whoa.
most approved.
Oh, cool.
Homan is
I
a
was like,
pro
he's
wild
over
card
bombing.
in this competition.
See, this is them with all their money just stunting their Jeeps around the desert.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Oh, damn. That's like when you see the Arab dudes doing 80 and then go on 2 wheels and spin their trucks around. This is where it
Riot
is.
stands for Russia's
Exactly,
International
yeah.
That doesn't
Off-Road
happen
This
in
is-
war
yeah.
zones,
Riot
bro.
Dubai is the third one of its kind. The original Riot took place in the desert of Southern California.
that's it.
It was here where Jeremy Stenberg threw the first ever backflip in a true natural terrain environment.
Yeah, FMX Riot's basically about the riders making the rules. We find the hits.
It's interesting
we
Homan
decide
got
what's
on
different
it,
for
right?
what's not.
Like-
Yeah,
The
I wonder
obvious
if it was
difference
because of the
between free
bike.
riding and freestyle is,
Like,
lack
oh, we
of
got
ramps,
Hondas,
and then
who rides
it's all
Honda?
Natural, baby. This is God's country, and this
I'm not
is
saying he's
kinda
not
where
good,
freestyle
but
actually originated,
he's
so it all
not
starts right here.
necessarily the most free ridey. You know, like,
Natural terrain is what Riot is all about.
even in video parts, I feel like it's never been like free ride stuff, really, that much.
No,
Mike Metzger
unfortunately,
was crowned
the
first
thing I
Riot
remember
champion
about
and took his
Homan
charge
is
into Riot
The bungee
the Holy
cord.
Grail
held in the
or Holy
mudhills
Man.
of Southern
Yeah.
Utah.
Originally, he did it with a bungee cord.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I remember is him with a bungee cord and
FMX
just
Riot
hanging
really
from the
was
thing.
first.
Yeah, I
So-
rode with him
Just go
during
out to
that
the
period
hills, go out to the desert,
Oh,
no
nice.
machines,
at a couple
and,
monster truck
just let
shows.
the riders
But
do their
he was
thing,
very
and then
cool,
at the end
very
of the day,
like
the riders
just
judge.
chill.
Another unique
Yeah,
twist to Riot
that's cool.
is that the contest is completely rider judged.
So, Riot
The
1,
outcome
Riot
of
2, we're
2
now
saw
on to
Dustin
3.
Miller voted the winner.
There's one rider, I guess, who's done all of them.
They know better
No.
than the judge.
No.
They know better
Has it-
than
who
some
would have
guy
done
that
all of
thinks
them?
they can ride, or some
Nobody.
guy that's a snowboarder
Potter.
that's a judge
Potter!
actually who
Yeah, I was
does
just thinking maybe Todd Potter.
Potter's
Yeah.
the only one.
judgmental, but once you're out there on the same hit,
Yeah, because Mace didn't do the first one.
Bitch about it.
Yeah.
I wonder how many years this was, because this, again, like, Potter seems so much older. Oh, was
Yeah.
Jesse Olsen one of the crew on this thing?
Yeah. I've got a feeling that this might be 2 years later.
That's my point. I don't think they were not right in a row. It's like he really fought to try to get this thing to happen.
Sand and everything.
Yeah.
We actually rode with stock tires just to see if it would work or not. And it went pretty well, but we opted to go with the paddle tire. It grabs and scoops the sand more, and it keeps it going, and it allows the tire to stay on top of the sand, where the knobbies, they kind of tend to dig down, and you don't get as much momentum.
And you're in like fifth gear, just
4 feet instead of 4 strokes, and the sand is more mountains than dunes. Lies an empty paradise in the middle of the Arabian subcontinent.
Hell yeah.
All right, riders, I'd like to welcome you all
Man,
to Dubai.
you just want to be there, just go
Perfect
riding.
for what we do best, riding dirt bikes
Yeah.
in big air. This is Riot 3. You guys know the rules. There's pretty much no rules. Just go out and find the biggest jumps as possible. We'll be reviewing the tapes at the end of the day to decide who is the winner. It's pretty simple. Just stay safe, stay together, and have fun.
I love Jesse's hair.
Wasted no time, as several jumps had been scouted and found.
Oh, they're decent jumps, actually.
Yeah. They're not
They're
that
actually-
big, that's what I'm saying, but they're like long.
Yeah.
I feel like in the United States, the dunes are just way taller.
Yeah.
But these are like,
Right off the bat,
they're still kind of steep where you still get pop off of
right
them.
over the hill, it was like.
Well, I
100
mean,
feet,
Todd
30
Potter's
an
just
hour.
going to go on double hard anything, but
There you go, Jeremy.
It was kind of like down a hill, and there was like a drop off, and then like another little speed roll, and then like I think it was third gear
Cool.
tabletop. But by the end of the filming, it was like a rut from like where I was starting all the way off the jump. And I
Oh,
was like
man.
landing in another rut and taking off. So it's kind of cool, like, you know, just kind of use like some old school racer stuff and just jump, stay in the rut, and then you can kind of get like a little whip off it. So that was definitely fun.
They look funny on all these stock Hondas.
I'm not seeing much in the way of whips, though.
No.
I wonder if that's because of the sand.
They haven't shown Renner
Let
yet.
him take it this season.
True.
And he's coming off a win from Ride to the Hills, so I think he wants to win this thing. So,
You say Renner's coming off a win from Ride to the Hills?
but we're judging, so he really can't win.
Was that?
All right, so Ride to the Hills. Was that a Red Bull
I
event?
think so. I think that was a Parsons deal.
Ah,
I'm impressed. You know,
yeah.
I've never ridden on the dunes before for more than like 10 minutes. Never jumped on the dunes, so riding a 450, not really my bike of choice for freestyle, but not here having fun. I saw
Ooh.
Renner hit it up and
Back end
Potter,
followed him a
so,
little
you know,
bit.
Can't let those guys one up me. They just went out there and hit it, and before you know it, it's like everything else. You gotta be aggressive. You can't halfway do it. You just gotta charge it. And once I started charging it, it's having fun. Starting to pull some tricks off.
hang on. So he said he's never ridden sand dunes.
Exactly. This is what I was talking
450's
about.
not his bike of choice, and he's still just going to go send it.
So your
Nice.
theory's out of there.
For sure, Justin Homan. I don't think he's ever been in the dunes yet, and he's hitting everything. He's doing good, you know. And
But that was my
it's
point of
hard.
how
I mean,
did
this is
Justin
5
Homans
big
get
guys,
in?
You know, so you see one guy do it,
You
you
know,
wanna do it
like,
too. So I think we're all kind of stepping up.
just
together.
because-
Maybe there was like an opening where they're like, let's just see what somebody can do who doesn't know what's going to happen. Like, this could be the craziest footage in the world.
Pretty stoked to get up
Yeah,
on
but
the
he's good enough
450. I
rider.
knew it was
I'm sure they
probably
didn't
gonna ride a
expect him to
450 that year,
grenade
so
himself.
I practiced at home
Well,
for about 2 or 3 days.
I found out very
Basically cut
quickly
off
the
red
first
holes
time
and
I rode in
tried to
sand dunes was
freestyle
for a
it, so,
video shoot,
you know,
and
actually
I had the
practiced
biggest
that
crash
in
of
a
the
long
video.
time, best
So
Nice.
it's turned
I
out
didn't
good.
know what soft spot in the sand was. I had no idea of the concept.
Yeah.
So I found out on a 5th gear hip jump.
At the base of the takeoff, like a base of
I was
the
at the
hill.
top of the
Oh
takeoff.
yeah.
Yeah, right at the top. It just just stopped my front wheel, and I just went straight through the bars. Fifth
No
gear.
You
way.
got Mike Mason, who's
Oh,
super
Then I
shit.
proposed to my
but at the same
girlfriend
time,
the
he
next
goes
day.
big. And when he's on, he's hard to beat.
Yeah,
He's
I
proven that
really
on
hit my
ramps,
head
he's
hard.
proven that on the natural stuff.
Mason's probably one of the sickest guys on a dirt bike right now.
He's probably the smoothest out here, I think, just in my opinion, out of the riders.
Name is Mike Mason from Carson City, Nevada.
All right, so if we learned our lesson
go.
from last week, watching Riot 2, with the edit, like last time we were like, yeah, Metz is going to win this because
Yeah.
how they did the edit. At the moment, we're talking about Mason. Is there going to be a sneaky trick come through here and somebody else takes the win?
I don't know. I don't remember this at all. So.
And kind of sink in, and then, you know, when you're jigging out into a lip that's all soft and powdery, you can't be over the front of the bike. It's just too much weight on the front
There you go,
end
Steve.
for how thick the sand is. You know, just grab your front end and spit your ride off.
You should have watched this before you went and rode the sand.
Yeah, wouldn't that be smart?
Like, I still have to tell
Would have
myself
saved
when I'm
almost a
riding,
broken
stay
femur.
on the back when I'm cruising around or hitting a jump. Just ride a little further back.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
All day I've
Yeah.
been searching for,
I
for little
really
lips,
should have
little,
listened.
like,
I rode a lot of
the
sand, not
dance is so
like
different
dune
as a
sand, but I
dirt
rode a lot of sand
bike.
growing
Some
up.
of it's, you know, Renner's finding
Just
big,
tracks
thick,
and
long
stuff,
jumps,
so
and that's what's
kinda
cool about
used to
searching
sand,
is
just to an
seeing
extent.
what style of jumps the riders look for. And I think that's half the game in any natural terrain contest is who can find the funnest jumps.
No, I rode in a lot of cow shit and hard clay. So
Yeah, it's funny,
I
we-
didn't have sand.
We have either, like New Jersey is either really hard packed with rocks or sand.
Or even just a straight double.
Like Central Jersey or South Jersey is all sand. But up here is just
It's
like,
fun. You know,
just
there's so
hard
many
and rocky.
possibilities out here. You just gotta be patient with it, and the jumps will come.
And they are decent jumps.
Yeah.
They are actually really decent.
And then you return to your 5-star luxury
As the first
hotel
official
in
contest
Dubai
day
when you're
wore
done.
along, one rider seemed to be pushing
Oh,
harder,
yeah.
looking to send a message.
Here we go.
Renner was like a kid who just couldn't say no, hitting
This is
everything
how
from
he is
small
anyway
hits
if you ride
to
with him.
long gaps.
He's really
By
fun to ride
mid-afternoon,
with.
he had discovered the
Yeah?
biggest
Yeah.
jump of the day.
Renner, of course, hit a pretty big gap. It was like more of a tabletop, kind of a hard landing. A lot of us didn't really feel like landing hard, but you got to give it to him for going for it.
Yeah, he's good, like just talented, rode supercross and stuff, raced his whole life, and he just really enjoys riding. I mean, you can see by the fact that he still goes out and rides all the time now, you know?
Yeah.
So it's about $1.50, $1.60. Pretty
good. Ooh.
Depends on how far you go, but the farther you go, the better the landing is. Fifth gear. Work, Renner, you're killing it, bud.
Was that Homan?
No, that was Olsen.
Ah,
You could see the thing on his chest. He had the walkie-talkie
I
thing.
didn't notice.
Yeah,
no,
this is the
Olsen
problem
made-
for everybody, especially in this time frame. Renner can do tricks, and he was one of the leaders in whips, and he
Yeah.
probably had more time riding dunes and free riding at this point than, you know, maybe Potter. You know, I feel like,
Yeah.
and maybe Mason. I don't know. I feel like this is really what he focused on at this point, or he was trying.
Yeah, I think you're right actually, because like he was all over this sort of stuff.
He was the first, I would say, the first guy that was like, I'm making a living free riding.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Pretty much.
Good jumps, and I think everybody's pretty healthy, so it's a good start. And judging is gonna be tough because everybody rode really good. But who cares? We're having fun in Dubai. What up?
And to think as well, like he's the dude who pioneered quarter pipe. Like think about how big he went on that quarter way back then.
Well, so the first person to actually do the quarter,
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
Trent
Parsons.
Finding them, hitting all of them.
Yes.
I would say though,
What do you think? It's your
just
first
like
ride?
whips and quarter pipe though, Renner saw the opportunity there and picked the ball up and ran with it. Like whips, I would say Renner's the originator of the big whip movement.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting under it, looking under,
Yeah,
and
who did that before he did? Nobody did. If
No,
I'm
exactly.
not wrong, I think he got medals at X Games like best trick, just doing big ass whips.
It's kind of
Yep.
hard to do tricks in the dunes and kind of
That's doing it early on.
Well, it sounds like you guys
Yeah.
pretty much figured
Yeah,
out
that's
what you're
it
looking
is like
for,
probably
so
this
go ahead
time
and
actually.
start
Oh
so we
wait,
can get into
07,
the
08.
Yeah, same gear, I
Dave
would
Butts
say.
is the man with the voting sheets here.
Look at that thing. That thing's cool.
So do not vote for yourself, of course. One gets the highest points, 4 gets the lowest points. At the end of 3 days, the highest points wins. Pretty simple.
So we've either talked too much, or they haven't shown very much riding, to be honest,
All right, the votes have been tallied. Dave, what do you have
for the
us?
first day.
All right, here we go. In 5th place, Lusk with 11 points.
What?
4th place be Mason with 13
Whoa.
points.
Whoa.
3rd place, Holman, 15 points. And in 2nd place, Potter, 17 points. So that leaves Renner 19 points. Pretty close, so next 2 days, anything can change. Good work, guys.
Dave's all over it.
Ronnie, who's your daddy Renner, takes the win for the first day of competition.
Dude.
Coleman looking good in 3rd place.
Mason in
Mason
4th.
and Russ seem to be feeling the jet lag, and we're off to a slow
Way
start.
back.
The big surprise of the day was Todd Potter, tricking his way to a
That
second
was
place
huge.
result.
Big surprise.
Potter is a young
Man.
rider with huge potential, and here's a deeper look at the man from San Clemente representing the Metal Militia.
How much sand would be in Potter's beard by the end of the 3rd day?
All of
Todd
it.
Potter on the first day was killing it. He tricked 2 or 3 of the hits.
And his
He
eyebrows.
always looks good.
Yeah.
Just does little turn downs. He's got the style factor, I think. Whether he's doing a trick or not, he's just got good form and good style, and he throws the bike around. To me, that adds points for him because he just looks like a good, sick rider, like he's racing. He's really pushing the bike.
But nobody's ever like Potter's the first to go out and find stuff, it sounds like.
Out of Temecula, California. Free riding's cool because the creativity of it all. 5 guys come out here,
Whoa.
go out to one area and find like 15
Hold on
jumps
to the
in
big
one little
girl.
area, and they all got their own little abilities.
Nice.
And like I think natural talent really comes through on that, and you can see kind of where people are going with their riding ability. It's definitely my favorite kind of riding. The whole
So
reason
hang
I
on,
got the
we've
freestyle
got a
is
Honda 250
I kinda just like
2-stroke
doing
there
tricks.
for
After
Potter,
I jump
but
out,
Homan's
I'm
on a
like, that's cool.
450.
Yeah.
Now what can I do over the jump? Definitely when I come out.
Well, that's
here,
what they
Didn't
said.
even-
They said it got a
if I
couple
jump it,
2-strokes and a
trick it,
couple
what
4-strokes.
tricks can I do?
Ah, okay, then I missed that part.
So like to do
Here's the
tricks, I
thing,
think
though.
it's one of the hardest things
It's
to do
like,
out here. Really. So
If we know, and I guess it's like judging on a curve, but it's like if we know you can do a double grab off of everything,
With the first of 3
are you
competition stages
then
wrapped for the night, the crew hit the
almost
highway for an
deducted
hour-long journey back into the
'cause we already
chaos of
know?
Mumbai proper.
No, you can't do that.
Traffic and a
You
quick
just
look
got to
around the
judge what
city
you
that has been
see.
dubbed more elaborate and flashier than Las
It's like
Vegas.
Brody.
The
You're
crew
like,
decided to trek
of course he can do
downtown
all this
in
stuff
search
off of
the local
everything.
ski hill.
True.
Potter's the
But
same.
then you know he's
It's
just
just
going to
because
win
they're
anyway.
good. It's because they're better.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're just like, well, they're going to win anyway.
Yeah,
It was
that's
actually
true.
a lot of fun. It was indoor. They have a ski lift going to the top.
What the hell?
Really unique deal. Out in the middle of the desert, it gets almost unbearable temperatures and snowboarding, so can't really complain about that.
It's all about the logo placement.
I got more concussions snowboarding in the last 5 years than I do moto, and so figure out where to wear a helmet.
Hang on. So Potter doesn't have a beard now when he needs it in the cold.
Wow. It's only
My favorite
relatively
part of the whole
cold.
day was roosting on Renner. You'll see it. I'll probably back it up with a clip right now.
You. Yeah, that would be what I would look like. Oh, okay.
That's probably
Someone knows what
Potter.
they're doing.
I would imagine Potter's probably also good at shit like this.
Yeah, no, I can't snowboard to save myself.
We snowboard.
All
a lot.
right. So day one,
Glorious night's sleep in the famous
everyone's
city
chasing
of
Renner.
Moto. The
Love
Riot
it.
crew set off to explore yet another unknown riding locale.
FMX Riot, day 2 in the dunes.
That's cool though. So they're actually going to go find something different, even better. They're not heading back to the same spot. I mean, look, it looks like there's just desert everywhere.
Local British rider, the caravan traveled south for over an hour, where they emerged on a dusty dirt road that led to an entirely new run of dunes.
It's like, how much different are these dunes?
Looks like there's some cool, like, not rock, but like there is clay in the background there. Yeah, so it's not like a fully endless sand dune. Like it is broken up.
It's called Maleha area. A resident expert on this is going to be James, and he'll describe some of the area for you real quick. James, what you got?
You've got a section in the middle here between these mountains and a big pocket on the left-hand side. There's a couple of deep bowls in between, but you've got to watch over in this area because there's a couple of actual hidden rock areas. You'll come over a dune and there's like big rocks formed, so these are the main ones just to watch out for.
Despite being a bluebird day, it had been pouring rain all night, and on this morning, the dunes quickly began to rut, creating tricky takeoffs and sketchy landings.
Oh. That was a cool section, though.
A couple minutes, and I think we found a couple jumps already. Obviously, you gotta test it out and see how good the landing's gonna be, because you know what happens? The rain gets in here, and where it was soft before, it looks hard still, but it's really soft, and your tires sink a lot. So we'll feel it out. I'm pretty optimistic, though. I think it's gonna be okay.
The wet dunes actually feel like you get more traction, but everybody's concerned with when you land, sticking in and going over the bars. So I don't know. I'm kind of a rookie at this, but so far it looks good. Ready.
You gotta lean her back and get on the gas.
Man, I'm with Homan on this. I'm already feeling nervous listening to it. Like, this just feels like every time I've been to the dunes.
Found a pre-setup jump too to gain speed into it. You're gonna watch them pop right up over the hill where Potter and Homan are at.
Yo.
Yikes.
I knew it was big. Lusk hit it first. I think Renner's gonna have the key line though once he lines up that step up jump into it, because he's gonna be able to carry his speed a little bit better.
Yeah, he's on the 250 too, so he definitely needs to have a little run in there. And that's way cooler once you put together rhythms and stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell, like, the guys who can kind of pick that out and then make it actually work as well.
Yeah.
Scary out here, though, dude. They took us way off the main road out of the cities, and I was wondering if I should call my mom and tell her, I miss her and I'm not gonna be around no more. But we're good. We ended up out in a new spot. I think it was like an hour out of the city of Dubai, and it's awesome, man. It's got some good rolling dunes, which is funner. You can actually get like the real doubles instead of just tabletops and stuff. So it's gonna be good.
See that hole he hit at the bottom of that thing?
Yeah.
Like just on the run in. This shit is just like hard to make even. You know what I mean? Nobody's tricking really.
Yeah, exactly. You can see them like trying to even pull their bars up.
Yeah. Stretching for all of it. A lot of cases.
Yeah.
Both my wrists are vibrating now. I know. Hey, it's like you think you got it. Like I got it, and then when I hit this dirt and gas, it's all, oh. And you clicked fourth, and fourth wasn't even close to having it on this bike. Yeah. And it's like, once you're committed, you can't back out of it, so it's...
Funny thing is the coordinator, Olsen, is like a badass as well. He's probably like jumping half of this shit.
Is he a free rider as well, though?
I don't know. I rode with him at the IFMAs right off the bat, and he was gnarly, dude. He had a sick style, too.
I loved watching Olsen. He was actually like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Whoa,
he was fun because he'd do all kinds of crazy tricks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he really stood out to me. Like, I really followed Olsen for a long time, and I think he was like into all the fun boxes and wall rides and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, so all that footage on the pipe. Yeah, exactly. Was all at his place.
Yeah.
That's how he became a course builder, I believe, because he had a big course. Look at that friggin' thing.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
decent jump.
To not very sick of a landing.
Yeah.
Look how big that land. There you go.
Hey,
Oh,
oh!
oh my God.
Oh!
Holy
Who was that? Was that
Homan.
Homan
I
on that
think
one, I
so.
think?
Dude, that was gnarly. What the hell happened even?
After riding
It
for a
looked like he was
solid
fine, and then all of a sudden he
too
just like
exhausted,
got spit
decided to
off
call it
ridiculously.
done for the day and pinned
Looked
it
like
back
he
to camp.
just didn't
That
get his
is
feet back on the
B-
pegs
Robbie
fast
Renner.
enough, maybe.
Renner, a true
Awesome.
natural born dirt biker, just could not get enough. Maybe the footage would help him in his quest
Man,
to be
Renner's gonna hit the
champion, or maybe
damn
he was just
helicopter
out
the
there
way
for
he's
some
going.
fun.
Like, he's
While
just
the other
hitting
riders were changing
everything.
out of their gear, Renner was soaring into the late Arabian afternoon. Unfortunately, the other riders would not be around to witness this epic session, and only the footage would tell the tale. But Renner did not seem to care.
I can't
He was
believe
just
everybody
pumped with the
bailed
pure
out.
joy of free riding.
I'm having too much fun. I don't want to go freaking undress. I'm a little tired, but I'm only here one more day, so it doesn't really matter because if the guys aren't with you and don't see you, they're not gonna vote for you. So this is all for fun. I don't think I'm gonna win today's because all the cool stuff I found, not everybody saw and did. So it's kind of my issue from the other day, is they said that I wasn't hanging out, which I was trying to hang out, but when you're hanging out, you don't really, like, when you're too close to everybody, it's hard to find stuff because somebody else will find it before you, or it's just hard to look when somebody's jumping right across where you might want to find a jump. So every time, as soon as I go out on my own a little, I find cool stuff, but I don't know, they were all set on doing these big gaps today, which I did every jump that they did. So I hope that gives me credibility. I don't know, not really worried about it, having fun.
Oh. That was interesting.
He wants everybody to follow him around and be like, I don't want to jump that.
Big call. Big call.
Alright guys, we're wrapping up day 2 of FMX Riot 3. When we rolled out to the dunes today, we were a little skeptical on the terrain and the conditions of the sand dunes. Potter, tell me what you thought about the terrain.
Yeah, I thought it was really wet and it was really sloppy, and I don't know, but all the guys did like a nice job with it. Everybody had their good parts about it. Like Homan was doing tricks, Renner was doing whips, Lusk was hitting all the jumps, Mason had a couple cool jumps.
There's like a little more variety of stuff. Like the first day we were just kind of stuck in one area with a bunch of jumps, and today there was like a huge area of all kinds of stuff, and everyone was riding good. And I don't know, I think the energy was just better today.
I personally liked how the dunes kind of had a little bit more of the rhythm section aspect to it. We were finding jumps that were back to back.
They're pretty technical, like smaller landings definitely than the first day. And you could link, you know, they weren't big jumps, but a little 40 foot into a 50 foot and then link them into the big jump.
Renner came out, you were finding the big jumps as usual, charging it pretty hard. What'd you think?
Probably not as good as the first day, but they had a couple jumps on those 450s. I was sweating on the 250, but I just pulled it, so that was cool. But not really a good trick day for me. It was a little squirrely and just everything you could get over some of the jumps, so that was tough. And the first set of dunes actually fit my style better, and just tried to enjoy myself today, and it was fun watching everybody ride.
It's funny that he's very down on him on his riding today.
Yeah, I thought that was sick. Like that bit that he showed us at the end looked awesome. And he's worried about the tricks. That's also surprising.
The Riot crew intently watched the playback of the video from the day's session. Every worthy jump was rewound and shown over and over to ensure each judge
He's still shaking his head.
evaluate the day's competition.
Okay.
Okay, results are in. Here we go. Today's totals, day only. 5th place, Potter with 11 points. 4th place, Mace, 15 points. We have a tie for 2nd between Homan and Renner,
Whoa.
16 points, which leaves Lusk, the winner of the day, with 19 points.
Whoa.
I feel like they didn't show him that much again.
They didn't show. Yeah, I don't think
Young and
so.
looking to prove himself, Lusk is beginning to step it up. The overall points after 2 days, Lusk jumps to 3rd place and Renner retains his lead slightly over Justin Homan. Thus far, Homan has been the big surprise. We said it before, he is truly an original freestyler. Homan has ridden every type of FMX event for over a decade. Now can he take the win here at Riot 3?
When I first started watching freestyle, Homan was one of the guys doing it. This was his first contest in a long time, and he's been killing it the whole time.
Obviously got balls of steel, you know, he's almost broke himself off and been paralyzed, and he's still out here winging it.
I remember watching Homan when I was like 14. I remember seeing Homan out there when they didn't even have ramps. They'd just build dirt courses.
He showed up the first day and was hitting everything and tricking everything. And I think he's having a lot of fun, and it's cool to see guys having fun on their dirt bikes.
My name's Justin Homan. I'm from Bend, Oregon. To me, it's about having time on the bike. I want to ride until either my body's hurt or my hands hurt and I can't hold on anymore. So the opportunity to be here, I took some extra vacation. I actually borrowed vacation days from the year from 2007 just so I could be here.
There you go, 2006, I suppose.
I got out here, I was scared. I didn't know what to think. You got big gaps, it's sand, you don't really know how the sand reacts. So it's definitely a different ballgame than hitting ramps. You know, I learned quickly. I crashed today trying to cliffhanger. You got ramps, you got a real nice hard 12, 13-foot landing. You know, you watch video and our feet aren't even back to the pegs or our hands aren't even back to the bars. And you can get away with that when you're doing ramps.
Okay, let's watch.
The whole point of FMX Riot is
he missed his foot.
Missed the peg.
And when I went on the cliffhanger, my hands weren't all the way back. I didn't realize it, but like 10 minutes later, I was riding trying to find some new hits, and like my left side of my vision was bad, and I saw stars. So, but that's just in me. I want to be out here and ride. I'm not going to quit if I crash. I probably should have taken a breather, but everybody's riding, finding hits, and I just, you know, I'm stoked to be out here on a bike. So. I want to be out here because I'm worthy. I want to be out here because I'm pushing it and I'm in the mix. I had a really bad injury where I paralyzed my leg for 2 years. I didn't even really get to ride at all. I had no feeling. I couldn't shift a bike. Couldn't even feel that my foot was on a peg. But nowadays, I can crank it with my knee, or I just go into the corner in third and have to clutch it extra. So I don't see it as a handicap. Once those injuries or my age becomes a handicap, I'm going to quit.
Wow.
Now 2 days under my belt.
Yeah, when I rode him, I think he took his shifter off. He would put it into second and then just ride.
Whoa. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I do remember a few guys used to do that. Like they didn't want to get hit on a backflip or something, or going for a knack flip. They didn't want to click it into third or false neutral or something.
So when I first started to flip, I tried that, and dude, I'm like lost trying to ride.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I wouldn't do it.
Record rainfall for the country right now going on. I think they're going to be bringing back the dirt bikers every year, keeping those thirsty camels hydrated. Everybody's stoked.
It's already wet out there, and this ain't helping anything. I mean, if it stops raining, we can ride. I don't think it's going to be as good of footage and riding as the first couple days, but you know, we're going to.
I mean, they are in sand at least. It's like
exactly
minimal screw up. If it was clay, you'd be
on your way to the airport.
Yeah.
Or else I'd be roosting everybody.
And now that's going to happen anyways.
We're going to have a roost off.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is they can just chill, and as soon as it stops raining, they'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, Homan's one of those dudes who rides with music?
I did for a period of time.
Yeah?
Yeah, for freestyle. I would turn it on low enough where I could hear my bike going at the ramp, but it was more like something to listen to on the way back to the turn.
Okay. You didn't get distracted?
Like I said, it
Or
was
just,
low
like,
enough
daydreaming
that
or
once I
something,
got
or-
on the gas, it like overrided it.
Yeah.
It actually distracted me from thinking too much on the way back, because then I would listen to the music and be like having fun.
That's true.
In Boomtown. Renner was in the lead and determined to close out his win convincingly. But to everyone's surprise, the man on his heels in second
Home.
was the hungry veteran, Justin Homan. Renner thought it would be easy. Now he was faced with a battle.
Man, even that, like, that's a decent step down.
Yeah.
Me and Lusk weren't going anywhere. I mean, it's our own fault. We had the option, we just didn't do it. But it's good out here. It's just like riding like a real wet track. So.
I guess he just said that he and Potter didn't go for the paddles
But he was gonna go down
the
swinging.
day before.
And this trick throwing
Yeah.
machine proved he can huck a double grab off of anything.
There you go, deducted points.
Potter, Jeremy Lusk is a talented young rider at 22. Lusk exploded onto the FMX contest scene last year and is regarded as a top prospect in the sport. Watch out. With more practice, this guy could become the man to beat.
Well, that's it. X Games gold.
Got the whole package as well. He's smooth. He's got good tricks. He's got it all. He's got the balls to do stuff.
Jeremy Lusk from San Diego, California. Started riding a bike when I was 3 years old. Had a little PW50. We had a super long hallway in my house, and my dad threw me down the hallway until I got my balance. The key out in the dunes is trying to find a smooth runway. In order to jump the big jump that we found, sometimes you could link, 3 or 4 jumps into it, kind of preset yourself up, like a double-double kind of, and, get the speed for the big jump. It's just better out here because the lips are steeper, way steeper, and it's a lot more like technical, like you actually got to double stuff. It's not just like, long tabletops. There's actually, you gotta
He's been talking shit on the tabletops the whole time.
Totally different than just going to a regular contest and riding around in a figure 8, hitting a ramp, hitting man-made berms, and measured out runways. Out here, there's everything's natural, so you just gotta, try and find which way you can get your speed, and hopefully it's enough to get you over the gap.
The Riot crew scrambled as the clocks ticked down towards the dreaded 24-hour plane ride back to reality. As their flight was less than 8 hours away, everyone wanted one last roost through the stunning red sands of Arabia.
Man, it is cool. It is cool to see Jeremy Lusk there riding it and killing it. So hang on, where was Lusk in the standings? He's a little way back though.
He was 3rd, was he not? Or 4th? I think him and
Expected to battle Renner. But somehow things did not
yeah.
gel on a consistent basis.
I think Lusk and Renner, or Lusk and somebody tied the day before. Lusk and Renner.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
The first time I hit it, I was
Homan.
pretty far, so I gassed it and I was like hanging over the landing for about 5 seconds. It felt like. Thought I was just gonna land and stick because the dirt's so soft, but we pulled out of it. Thank God.
Man, that was
When you're
lucky.
hanging above the ground for so long and you know the dirt's soft, that so much stuff goes through your head. Like, I seriously thought I was gonna stick when I landed, and that's the last thing I want to do out here in Dubai is stick and go face first into the ground. So, but we pulled her. Magnificent. I might make my flight home still. Thank God.
You can hear him like every day he's had something about survival, basically. He's like, I just have to get home. Or I've got to call mum.
I mean, I think a lot of that's his sense of humor.
But there was one rider in particular.
You can hear that a lot of them are like down the 3rd day. Like, I think they're like, the food is different and it's just a very different culture. I almost feel like Renner's like, they're like, you need to hang out. And he's like, I'm trying to hang out, but whatever. So I feel like there was a little bit of tension or something.
Seems like it.
You think he's like 15 years old because he rides all day. He doesn't stop. Like, we'll all stop, get a drink, eat lunch, whatever. He's just going. Like, we were all out of our gear and loaded up, and he was still riding.
Nice.
Brenner's on a video shoot. That's what he's
My goal
doing.
is to be one of the best
He's
known
getting
freeriders.
everything out of this.
I've held my own and you know ran my own program, being the entertainer guy at the same time having pretty good tricks. But this is something that I take a lot more pride in being decent at because it's just me, the bike, the hills, and you know being out there with your buddies riding.
Ooh. Okay, getting some confidence if you're going for a dead body in the dunes.
The fact that we got the opportunity to do this, not really go broke doing it, take a risk, you know, it was a big risk I think for the whole crew to come out here and not really know if we are going to find jumps and not know how the weather was going to be and not know how the government was going to be. So just the fact that we actually have pretty much almost pulled it off is
What does that mean?
pretty damn cool.
I'm watching the
They
video.
just got
it
some
seems-
permissions at the last minute or something. I don't know.
All right, guys, we're wrapping
It's like I'm watching this video 15 years later. It looks like you pulled it off 20 years later.
But you guys came
Yeah.
out swinging, finding big jumps. I know, Potter, your day didn't start out too good. You kind of had some problems. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I actually, I don't think my
No.
bike jetted like home, so saw the spark plug right out of camp, pushed it back, and then I just didn't really feel it, but I went out and made the best of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Renner, you're charging all day as usual. You probably hit 100 dune jumps out there. What's your secret to finding dune jumps?
Just ride all day and run out of gas. So people have to bring you gas, and it gets the camera guys out there bringing you gas. And it's like, oh, got a shot right here.
Nice.
So,
That was awesome.
I don't know. Just have fun, and today
You
was
should
a really
definitely
nothing
win
special,
this.
Just finding little
Yeah.
technical things, going big, as Homan might have shown.
Yeah, for sure, Homan. I caught the very end of it. I heard the panic rev, and I looked over, and you were hitting probably the biggest jump of Riot 3. You want to talk about it?
Sure, I was just trying to one-up myself, I guess. I crashed a bunch yesterday and just wanted to find a double-double line. I was hurting last night. I hopped on the bike. It felt like I had some energy. My hip wasn't hurting.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Good doubles and just saw the next hit lined up, and I knew it was big, so I thought I'd go for it. Came up about 10 feet short. Luckily, it wasn't 20 feet short. I probably wouldn't be here right now, but...
Dude,
Far out.
he went from nose down and worked himself back to get the nose up, or he would have been in more trouble.
Day. We had fun. I think the criteria, you know, some guys were out there all day. Some guys found a bunch of hits. Some were techie, some were step downs.
Yeah, Lusk was looking good there.
Some of the big hits and something that, you know, had the danger element to it.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're all ready to get out of here, so let's get the voting done.
The final judging session for all the money, the glory, and the bragging rights of being the winner of the first ever free ride competition held in the Middle East.
Renner.
Coming into this final day, Lusk and Homan are the only two ones with a chance to catch Renner. The two are also in a tight one-point battle for second place. Potter and Mason will fight to stay out of the cellar.
All right, Dave finally tallied up the scores for Riot 3, so let's find out who won this thing.
You don't want the wooden
Potter did
spoon.
not. He's in 5th place with 40 points. Lusk is just above him with 42 points in 4th place.
It's all right, you're a baby.
Mason's right in the middle where he likes to be, 44 points. That means Mr. Crash himself, Homan, 47 points, second place.
Whoa. That is cool.
Takes the win, first place. Riot 3. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see the word.
There you go. Well deserved.
Word. Oh my goodness.
The final results of Riot 3, and to no surprise, Ronnie Renner is voted the winner.
Awesome.
But the big surprise was Justin Homan stepping up to second place.
Homan, I think, was the most impressive to me because he don't even do this stuff, you know. I mean, this is something I pride myself in being my career. And Homan, you know, he's smarter than all of us. He has a real job. He was hucking gaps that I didn't have.
Yeah, he's an insurance agent.
Like, I don't think we're gonna
Oh,
make
whoa.
that. And,
Insurance or real estate? I'm pretty sure it's
basically
insurance.
a pride thing, and just an opportunity to come out here.
Smarter than all of us.
Ride in Dubai. Who else can say they did that? There's 5 of us. I think they picked a great group of guys. When the day's over and the sun right there goes down, I think we're all 5 happy dudes.
He didn't look happy as he said that, did he?
Riot is a contest with more equal. As Dubai is a place like
You see how there's no grass? It's like buildings and then just like dirt around everything still.
Yeah, you can tell like that's
Fresh.
really in the start of building everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
An unforgettable mark in the shifting sands of time.
All right, that was a good one.
That was cool, actually. I was impressed with that. There was a lot bigger jumps than I thought there would be. Because I've done my research on Dubai, or at least what I thought I'd done research. Looking at the sand dunes, and I wonder, are they big? Can you find enough big jumps over there? Turns out you can.
I would say so. And it's honestly even, I'd say it's really cool, like that section the second day, and even the third day section where you've got a lot of stuff, you know, like right into one another.
Yeah, exactly. Get that rhythm flowing and see who can actually handle the rhythms.
Yeah. No, I would say that's your thing at that point, right? Is who hits stuff first and then who hits stuff at all.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, like that jump right there. That was just greasing the whole landing, just made it look so good.
Oh, I switched it off.
Nah, that was awesome. That was a really good end actually for the old Riot series.
For the
Pretty
trilogy.
pumped on that. Yeah, like I think Renner definitely deserved the win on that one. That was at least what they showed us on the video. He was killing it. Homan, that was nuts.
Yeah.
At the start of it, where they're talking about Homan, you're saying, "Oh, I wonder why he got that invite."
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm going to take your invite and I'm going to get second place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then who did they say was third? Mason was.
Yep, because he was right in the middle.
Yeah, so Mason loves being in the middle. Man, I've already forgotten. That was what, 10 minutes? Not even 10.
Not
3
even.
minutes ago. Fourth was
Lusk.
Yeah, and fifth was Todd Potter.
Yep.
Man, so only 5 guys. That's probably not a bad thing though for that event to take 5 guys over. Like when they were saying about the government and travel and whatever, like maybe it was tough to try and get that event done because that would have been the first ever time free ride was there as a competition. So yeah, maybe taking 5 guys was more than enough.
American dirt bikers, they're like,
yeah,
we don't know about this.
Yeah, exactly. This could go pear-shaped really fast.
But you can see how they're not overly protective of the dunes because everybody's driving their Jeeps around there as well.
Man, the footage I've seen come out of sand dunes on YouTube, you're just like, they just haul ass with anything. Generally it's the Jeep guys just.
But they're not all environment. You can't drive your shit around in the desert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like pretty much every other sand dune in the world that you can't.
Exactly.
No, that's true. I did like that. I wonder if it's still the same. I wonder if you can, like, I'm pretty sure you can still just do whatever you want.
Yeah, probably. I can tell you when I went to, we were in Oman, they let us drive down the beach on our bikes. And I mean, the beach is filled with people. And we're just like ripping down. Yeah. The tide would go out and it was like real long and flat, like after the water went out. So people would come out and set up like soccer fields all the way down, like soccer games.
Yeah, right.
Like that's what happened in the afternoon, like every day. And we're just like brrr, on the water line, the water's edge, like going by all these people playing soccer and shit.
That'd be so damn good. So what were you over there for? Like just a show, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we did a show in Oman. We built the takeoff ramp by hand out of wood, plywood and stuff, and then they built us a dirt landing.
Oh, so Cole Denny style.
Yeah. Yeah, we took plans, me, Sean Connors, and Doug Cossey, and then we just
Whoa.
spent like a day, built the takeoff ramp, and then they brought us cowies. None of us rode cowies, and they were all just bone stock. I think same thing. They imported them from someplace.
So that's why you were excited to ride your bike on the beach because
It
you weren't
wasn't
shitting
mine.
your pants.
Yeah,
Because,
exactly.
like, on a stock cow, you're like, I'd rather just take the beach ride, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also I wasn't worried about getting salty water all over everything because I didn't own it.
Yep, not my bike. That's your salt, not my salt. Oh, so yeah, actually, so this one they had the Hondas came in from Japan, and only one dude got to have his own bike, or at least close enough
Right. Because if it was,
with
I think he went over and rode for Verber. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe
yeah.
he had a bike over there with him,
Mm.
and that was
Yeah, a
just
lot of
closer, obviously.
yeah, so a lot of guys actually did do that. So '06, like that would have been X Fighters time for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So a lot of the guys on the X Fighters tour, they'd have a bike set up on X Fighters, and those bikes would live at Jimmy Verberg's place. And when I came over to Europe the very first time, I went to like this audition for the big shows that were in Macau in that casino.
Yep.
And the audition was in Belgium, and Jimmy was running it. And so yeah, we went to Jimmy's. Um, it's actually I think it was his dad has a bike shop. Um, what's his last name? Verberg. I guess it's Verberg Motorsport. I don't know. Anyway, huge moto shop, and out the back was everybody's bike, like Nate's bike and Sheeny's
Uh,
bike and Renner's bike, and everybody's bikes there. So I guess he would have just called, and that's how he
yeah.
got that KTM sent to Dubai, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But then, so yeah, he's the one dude feeling pretty awesome on his own bike.
Right.
Homan, who's never ridden a 450. Oh no, he said 450s weren't his bike really.
Yeah, he
And in the
said he'd ridden
dunes.
one. Oh no, dunes. He goes, I'd ridden them for about 10 minutes and I didn't jump anything.
Yeah, so you got Renner who loves free riding and he's on his own bike, and you got a dude who's never ridden dunes on something he doesn't like.
It's
That's
interesting.
pretty cool.
It's interesting the other guys just like you could hear Potter like he was like, "Oh, I fouled a plug," and then I was just over it. And then Mason was like, "I thought I was going to land." Like were they hung over or something? Cuz a lot of them seem to like be like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just don't want, like Potter is good enough, talented enough to compete with any of those guys. The fact that he didn't,
that's
he's
it.
just like, I'm over it, like, so I feel like, I don't know, maybe Renner pretended like he was in a bad mood to scare everybody else, and then they're like, wow, we're not gonna whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna jump
Yeah.
everything.
I'm gonna kill it. Well, see, I don't know. I don't know Renner at all, to be honest. I met him a few times, but I don't really know him. But if there's anything I have noticed of him, he seems to be very competitive.
Yeah.
So maybe the mind games did come into it a little bit, and he put the boys off a bit.
I don't put it past him.
Winning up here before he gets on his bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. I
Now,
watched him and Kenny Yoho yell at each other for about 3 hours about how to drive this van that had like the fuel filter was clogged or something. So like if you stepped on it too hard, it would just cut out. So
yeah,
then they kept swapping driving and just yelling at one another about you can't drive it, I
you,
drive it better. And
yeah. Oh God. Yeah, so he'd be awesome to go with. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Maybe
Dude,
that's where it all got to. They're like, oh, just go right on your own, pal.
yeah, maybe.
Um, yeah, I mean that shone through in that video. There was a couple of small shots in the middle of it. I was like, okay, I think that tells the story.
Yeah.
The words that were not said might have told the story on that one. But
I think it's also not a good nightlife, right? Like, where
yeah,
are you going? And I bet then, like, so when I was there for the layover, you could only go to the only bars were in hotels because they were for the travelers, you
yeah,
know? So it's like
yeah,
there's not really very much going on. They're probably like, we're over it. We want to go home.
yeah. Mason just wanted to go home, drink beer, and swing golf clubs.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, he probably would have been riding around there going like, too many
Mason
bunkers,
just
too many bunkers out here. Um, One thing that I was actually a little bit interested in, I didn't say it when we are watching, is did you notice all of the clay hills in the background? I thought they could have been jumped.
Were they
Like,
clay
so,
or rock?
well, I don't know. It kind of looked like clay to me on that second day. I think it was the second day. And I was like, I wonder why they're not like trying to head over there, like, unless the whole rules were it's a sand dune
I don't think so.
competition.
I
But
kind of think it was rock because you could hear the
maybe it
one guy
was.
say that there was rock sticking up out of the sand. And he's
Mm,
like, and you gotta be careful. So I would assume that it was just, you also normally don't get, I have seen places like that where you do have like, ironically, I feel like rock is going to be more common in a sand dune place like that than just getting like clay for some
yeah,
reason.
yeah. I don't know. It just maybe it was the resolution that I'm watching this on, but it looked like they were smooth. I don't know. It just looked like those hills in the background looked a
Yeah.
little bit smooth. So then I thought, oh, maybe it's not all rock. Like maybe there's rock in the clay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might be right. Like
I feel
it's
like if
probably my resolution, to be honest.
if somebody had found a place with a hard face,
Yeah, they would have hit it
they'd
for
have been
sure.
like, we're hitting this.
Yeah, that's what was going through my mind as I was watching it the whole time. I'm like, I'm looking in the background of all the jumps they're hitting. I'm like, why don't they just go over there? Go check that out.
Yeah.
What's there? So yeah, maybe that's the answer. Maybe it was just
That'd be my
the
guess. I obviously don't know, but that's just from what they had said. That's what I would kind of guess. And like I said,
yeah,
I think if you found a hard face that wasn't going to rut on you, you'd for sure, because especially a lot of those guys are just doing tricks. Like,
yeah.
if you found a hard face, you'd definitely be ripping all you could off of that thing.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, actually, that was another point. Remember on the second day, Renner was all down and saying he couldn't do tricks.
Yeah,
And that doesn't feel like FMX Riot 1 and 2. Like those two competitions were all about
yeah.
we don't want to see tricks, we want to see people just jumping and
Well,
whipping.
that was stated by one competitor that wasn't doing tricks.
Two competitors who wanted first and second.
Exactly. That we're not
Um,
going for just all the tricks. So I would
yeah.
say, it's kind of evident why they would say that.
Yeah, but I would agree though. Like I would say that's what I would want to see in a free ride comp.
I agree. It's more about riding stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm torn because it's like once everybody starts jumping a jump, then what are you doing to differentiate yourself? And if you're not able to whip, which is weird,
Yeah.
Potter's not really a big dune whipper, right? Because he can
Nope.
whip the shit out of it on a ramp. So
Hell
it's
yeah.
weird that he's not more like whipping it in that stuff.
True. I mean, I couldn't whip for shit when I was in sand dunes. I was
Yeah, me neither. But I
so
can't regularly. So
I can whip okay on a ramp, but yeah, in the dunes I could not get a whip to save myself. Like, yeah. If I had to deliver a whip to get my plane ticket to get home, I would have still been in Dubai because I just wouldn't be able to get it done. So I don't know, maybe Potter's like that. But yeah, like I know what you mean. Like once you've jumped the jump, you do have to differentiate yourself.
Yeah.
But I think just watching this anyway, Renner already differentiated himself by jumping so much and making
And
it look so
rhythming
damn good.
everything. He connected 2, 3 jumps every jump.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah,
almost didn't just run into one jump anywhere. And
yeah,
to me, that's the coolest part. Like especially if you're in a natural terrain stuff. Like when I would go and ride, like even these sand tracks and stuff, you get to a point where you could start like doubling through the rollers in certain sections and stuff. And it was always
yeah,
just cooler to me when you could link a bunch of things together,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
especially it
exactly.
being natural. So, I mean, to me, that would 100% take the win over almost anything.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
Because that
So, but
really is talent of just riding, right? If you can make it through all these little holes and wheelie stuff and double the small little crooked sketchy jump to get to the big jump, you know, like that's a lot of free ride stuff in California. It's even just trying
yeah,
to get to some of the things to jump them.
yeah, no, exactly right. So I think Renner easily, like there was no question about
No.
that. Pretty pumped on Homan though. I'm just so pumped coming out of this. Like I didn't even realize the Homan had a bad leg that he couldn't feel it. Like I'm just pumped on the dude.
I had forgotten about that, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, when I was riding with him, he didn't even have a shifter, I don't think. I think he just put it in the second and took his shifter off.
Far out.
Yeah.
But if yeah, I mean if he can't feel his foot, like he could just accidentally stomp it in the first
That's what
or
he what used to
oh,
happen.
so that was it. That was the reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he couldn't, you know, like feel to pick his foot up enough, and sometimes he would get like on his arch and just roll forward, and then his
Yeah.
toes just hit the thing, and he doesn't even. It's not, you know, on purpose or anything.
Oh man. That's so wild. Do you
Yeah,
know what the crash was from? Like or
I
what
think he bailed or went through his bars or something, and like broke his tib fib real bad.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Damn. Yeah, that's gnarly. Like and the fact that he still came out and he was riding. Like, do you have you heard anything from him in the last while?
I've
Like
seen
I
him
haven't
on maybe LinkedIn or something. To be quite honest with you,
Oh yeah?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I think he's popped up on Facebook as people you might know recently as well.
Oh, good on him. Yeah, I'm fucking pumped. I want to see what he's up to.
He's
Just
still selling insurance, Steve.
well, I got to get me some of that. Oh yeah, no, that's yep, there he is. Justin Homan on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Um, I love he's got a suit and a tie, looking very good, and then in the background he's doing a KOD.
There you go.
Love it, love it. What is it that he does? Is it
I'm 90% sure it's insurance.
assistant vice president and GM of a merry title? Doesn't. Oh yeah, yeah. Real estate,
Uh,
loans, mortgage lending. Holy crap. Okay, yeah,
he's
he's
a
a busy
regular
boy.
professional, Steve. It's not
He's
like
a
us.
regular professional from the
And
far
he's
out.
always done that.
Damn.
Yeah,
Good
like
on
even when
him.
he rode, he just always had that job. Like he never was just like just a rider.
Yeah. I'm digging him. He's also got his business degree. Whoa. How old is he?
He's pretty old.
Oh my God. Okay. So I thought I'm just going to have a little sticky beak here. So I did a business degree as well. Mine was in management and marketing. He did accounting and finance. So he's a lot smarter than I am. I just went for the easy one. Like I basically did the arts degree of the business side of it. I did the one where we just get drunk in marketing and somehow you pass.
Yeah.
Uh, University of Washington, 1991 to 95, he graduated. He graduated in 95 from university
He
after 4 years, 5 years.
he graduated 4 years, 3 years before I graduated high school. He was out of college.
6 years before I finished high school. Wow. Okay. I mean, it doesn't have his age on here, but damn. Not bad for an old guy.
No.
That's cool. Okay, learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Justin Homan. What
Your
a
guy, man.
boss. Fuck, he did not need to be over there riding dirt
No.
bikes and sending it that big.
That's why when he was talking, he goes, I took extra vacation. I borrowed it from the next year.
Yeah, he was just there for a fun time. He did not need to be there. He's just going for a laugh and going to send it. Good on him. Fuck yeah. Oh man. What about the other guys? They were there. They were sending it for well.
Everybody
Actually,
else was very serious.
Yeah, exactly. Very serious. But hang on. Homan was Metal Militia.
Yep.
Potter's Militia. Lusk was Militia. So they had three.
Was,
So the general sent 3 troops over.
Was Lusk militia then yet? Did he have
Oh.
militia stickers? Because he had a 6-pack hat on.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
this is pre-militia.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be. I was pumped to see Jesse Olsen wearing that SRH shirt. And I'm like, okay.
He had hat, shirt.
Yeah,
What's funny
this is
to
a step
me
back in
is
time.
that Dave has his shift gear on in everything. I'm like,
Yeah!
does he know somebody at shift or something? Because I've seen him in other things, like even the last riots, and he's always got his shift shit on.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, I think Dave's got his own sponsorship on the side.
Yeah.
They're like, they know Dave's going to be in the shot.
Exactly.
So send him a new set of shift gear and
Yeah.
send him to Dubai.
He's
Sweet.
literally been to like I said, been the starter guy at every major contest in the United States.
Yeah. Actually,
from the beginning.
That's crazy. I even saw a throwback photo today. I think it was from Jane. It was either Jane or Tess Sewell from the X Fighters days,
Yep.
and Dave was in that one. And I'm like, fuck, Dave, you're everywhere, buddy.
Yes, now when we watch stuff, and you see when the guy stand there and starts them, it's always him.
There you go. Good on him. Fucking Dave.
Actually,
that was one thing. Tess wasn't in this.
That's true. They had Cameron voice over it.
Yeah, so Cam Steele voiced it over, and Jesse Olsen was the competition director.
Yep.
So Tess must have been busy.
Tess
out
was
of action.
like, I can't ride that well enough to ride out to the middle of the dunes and oversee you guys.
Yeah, no, Tess was like, I get a Jeep or I'm not coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, all the Jeeps are busy going up and down dunes and getting cartwheeled?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
I guess you'll have to get Jesse. But also at this point, Jesse was also building courses and working more on that side of it.
Yeah, true. That's true. You know what we need to find and do a throwback on? Maybe one of those on the pipes or the footage from Jesse's place.
Yeah.
Because I really,
I know, it was awesome.
remember
Fun box and wall ride and the jump over the house. And it was all McElroy, Burlew, Jesse, and maybe Mason or something.
And
Miller, probably.
Who are the brothers?
Brothers. From that area?
Can't think. I don't know where they're from. God damn, I've forgotten their names. I always keep thinking it was like there was Olsen. Oh, Big Dis and Little Dis.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because I think were they
I don't
there
think
as
they
well?
were in that shoot, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
One of the raddest styles ever, in my opinion, is Little Dis.
Yep. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah.
Dude.
He was sick.
Sick. The air guitar. You ever see an air guitar?
Man, speaking of the air guitar, so when I went down to that Monster Energy show in Barcelona, Vicky Golden flew in, and in the middle of the show, fucking air guitar, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, give her the fucking trophy right now. Like, Vicky wins today. I don't care what Harry does. I don't care. Axel Hodges is here. Vicky Golden just did the sickest air guitar.
Yeah, dude. He used to do them so big. I was actually there at an IFMA. He was riding no shirt, did an air guitar, and ate shit. Got sucked into his back wheel. Whole back had a big tire mark on it, dude. Or like his side, like from his pants all the way up past his shoulder was just
Oh
tire
fuck.
mark.
Yeah,
But it
that's
was
naughty.
sick. Till he crashed.
Oh man. Yeah, yeah, it's not good when you do that. Speaking of taking the no shirt, that's exactly what Harry Bink did that day. Went no shirt, airbag flung him onto the concrete, and he just tore every bit of skin off his stomach.
I
He was
luckily
screaming when they tried to wash it out.
peroxide it. Oh man,
Oh, you could hear him. Like you could hear him over the Moto
I
GP
can
bikes.
feel it now.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, no, the
Um,
old no shirt.
I've ridden no shirt a lot of shows, and luckily, very luckily, I've never actually eaten shit just no shirt on pavement or
So,
anything.
so you're either far better looking than me, or you got a lot more confidence because I never went no shirt.
We
My,
always did it. So in the ramp to ramp IFMAs, we had had like back and forth with the organizers of it, and Michael Gravett, shout out to Michael, I'm sure he doesn't watch this, but he comes over to me. He's from Alabama, and he goes, was it him? I think it was. He goes, hey, we're gonna piss them off, come over here. And I was like, what? We're getting ready to pull out for the finale of the show, and they're like, you have to cover up your tattoos, nobody can have tattoos showing, blah blah blah, this and that, you have to have long sleeves, all that shit. So me
what,
and
you were in Dubai?
no, yeah, I did get yelled at when we were in Oman to put my shirt on the beach. It was like 85 degrees because they're like, you might excite the women, and I was like, this
Oh,
is very
wow.
flattering, guys. I don't
Fucking hell.
know.
You wouldn't be able to get your helmet back on, your head was that big.
So anyway, Michael's like, he's like around the corner of the tunnel, and he goes, hey, psst, come here, and I'm like, what? And he's like, fuck these motherfuckers, take your shirt off. So he takes his shirt off and I take mine off, and we ride out last, and we just go right by the judges, and we're just like waving at them, and they're just so mad that, oh
Really?
dude, they were furious. But then every night more people would join us until everybody did the finale with no shirt on, and it became the thing. I actually saw a girl online one time. I want to say it was like Freestyle MTX. She was just like, "Is that the tour where they do the finale shirtless?" And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Who is this person? What is going on?"
That is awesome. Oh my God. Sounds like the judges are like from the AMA or
Well,
FIM or
they
something.
were also, the show directors and stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was like, yeah, it was the show directors also judged it. So they were
Yeah.
the guys yelling at us about everything. And
Yeah.
Michael, his ramp was on the tour. So, and then we would always get put last, he and I. So that's why we would get mad, and we'd be like, like when they started the lineup of the show, because the same people put the lineup together and then judge it, and it's like
Yeah.
you're only moving like two positions up maybe if you start
Yeah.
last, because they've already in your head been like, this guy's here. So it was like no matter how good I rode, I felt like I just never did any better. And he was the
Yeah.
same way. So he was just like, screw them, I do all this shit, drive all this shit around.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna have some fun with this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck. If I'm not gonna go home with a trophy, I'm gonna win the fans.
Yeah, exactly. So then, so actually, it got so far with Michael that he refused to wear a shirt in the building, literally all day. Literally would have a shirt on and walk in the building, take his shirt off, and just all day not have a shirt on at anything unless they forced him, like the autograph session or whatever. They would literally force him to put a shirt on, but the whole rest of the day, he would just not have a shirt on.
I'm just waiting for for you to say he just stood up on top of the table, took his shirt off, and carried
Well,
on like an idiot. Like,
I can tell you one day after he was already off the tour, we came to in his area. We went to Birmingham, and he showed up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon in this huge Cadillac, come out of the thing drinking. Was was already like drunk by the time he got there. And
Oh
literally
no.
they escorted him out of the fucking place because he was in the stands behind the judges just yelling at him and shit.
No way.
They were
That
like,
is
"You gotta
awesome.
leave." Everybody knew him. It's not like anybody didn't know who he was. Every single one of us knew who he was. It was just
Yeah.
he was so drunk and just yelling at everybody that they were just like, "We have to get him out of here."
And how long did he stay on the tour?
No, that was after he was gone.
Oh, okay. So okay, all
That was
right. So
after
he's
they
like,
had already gotten rid of him, and then the tour came back into his. Like, I think
okay.
he had just stopped doing freestyle altogether, and we had just come
Okay.
back into his town, and he just showed up drunk, just like at practice, and was just
That
drinking the
is
whole
even
time.
better. Yep. Fuck you guys. Like,
Exactly.
that's awesome.
Uh,
Ah, when freestyle was freestyle, hey?
dude, for sure.
When it actually meant something to go against the grain.
Yeah, that's what. Even at freestyle, we were fighting them. You'd think it was over then, but we were still.
Oh, yeah. Man, it is funny though, because like this year, no, not this year, fuck, not the yeah, we only just started this year. Last year, 2023, the amount of shit I heard, not shit, but Harry riding without a shirt on still created drama. Like everyone's like, was that's not
Really?
gonna do much when he crashes. And then he crashed, and then that'll fucking teach him. I'm like, why does it matter? Like I didn't give a fuck. I just laughed when I listened to it, going, "Wow, some people
You
really
know, I
lose
think
it over the
that,
smallest thing."
but it's like if you're a Harry Bink hater,
You're
right?
gonna hate everything.
Well, what else are you going to talk shit on him about?
True. Yeah.
Because he kills it. He does big shit. Like, he's a nice person. He's always happy.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta
Hey, he's
be
got
a
his shirt off.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Did you hear about that Matt Rife thing? Do you even know who that is? It's a
Um,
comedian.
is it a
Yeah,
comedian?
and
Is
he's in
he a
yeah,
comedian?
and he's in shape. And he posted a picture or like his tour poster was like him with his shirt off, like holding a mic, like he was about to drop it, and everybody freaked out. And that's probably a lot of people's issue with Harry, right? He's like always got his shirt off and he's fucking ripped. So they're
Yeah.
like, and then he rides good, and they're like, "Fuck this dude, fuck him."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, actually you're right. Fuck him. Like, what a jerk.
yeah, just all eight
Fucking
pack and having dancing around with monster girls, and then throws a double flip knack one hander. Like,
actually I think maybe he's doing like what Sheeny did. Like Rachel always had a theory that Sheeny tried to have the shittest beard or mustache that he could possibly not shittest, but like he'd go
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
huge handlebars, and then he'd have like the side bits, and then he'll do something different. And Rach was like,
He's trying to
I wonder.
unpretty boy himself.
No, she was like, I wonder if it's because he knows he's so fucking ripped and so like he could just do whatever he wants, that he's going to see how ugly he can be and still
Oh.
pull girls. Like, I wonder if Harry's like, I'm going to get a bowl cut haircut. I'm going to I'm going to piss everybody off and still see if I can pull every bird in the fucking joint.
Well,
And he
but
does.
you're from Australia. I feel like that would, and I'm just guessing, but I feel like his attitude, like how much attitude he has and stuff, and looking like that would fly really well with women there, because they're just like, this dude just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like,
And
who's gonna fight a
then
kangaroo for you? Harry Bink will. I'm gonna date him because he will for sure battle a
exactly.
kangaroo if I need him to.
Oh, nah, what a jerk walking around. Oh, well, actually, speaking of notion, like this is funny that we've even got onto this topic. Speaking of Sheeny and Rach, I might have said this one before, but Sheeny the jerk he came over and he was staying at my house, and he decided to, you know, sit in the lounge room while I've got my fat guts and I've got my t-shirt on. He's just sitting there, no shirt, and then he gets up and he starts cleaning the stove, opens the oven, he's cleaning the oven, and I'm looking at him going, what the fuck are you doing, Sheeny? Like, put a shirt on and get the fuck
Yeah.
out of there. You're making me look bad.
You're gonna ruin
I
my
look
whole
over at
life in
Rachel.
2 days.
I look over at Rachel. She's like fucking googly eyed. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
come on,
fix
man.
anything around here. You
Yeah,
handsome
don't
son of
fucking
a
start
bitch.
fixing
Get the
things.
hell out of here.
Yeah, don't clean it. Don't fix it. Fuck. Making me look bad. And then stop doing double flips as well.
You're like,
Fuck.
here, hammer a bunch of beer and start farting and burping around the place.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, maybe that's why there's all the hate going around.
That's what I would say. You know, like, the dude's ripped. He's a big name rider. You know what I mean? He's traveling around the world doing his dance and whatever else. Like, you know what I mean? These people are at home
That's it.
doing their whatever, working at, delivering fucking Amazon packages or whatever it is. And then they're like, I hate Harry Bink.
I'm with him now. I'm with him now. Starting to think like that. No, I mean, honestly, like I said, like I'm sure I never rode a day without a shirt. Oh, with it. Yeah, without a shirt. Like, man, these fat guts, they need to be covered up. Like, I was not in shape enough to be doing that. So I was always well protected. Also, well protected when I crashed. I had a little bit of bounce. So
You got more inertia, though.
yeah, I did. Yeah, that's probably why I broke a lot more bones than most.
Well, I say that, but I, didn't just fall over either. I would, every once in a while, I'd just fall over, but most of the time it was like, if I'm going to crash, I'm just going to blow my face off the ground here.
Oh, yeah. No, basically any crash for me was a trip to hospital, and watching other guys, they crash and they get up, and I'm like, I would have been out. That would have been 6 months for me. Assholes.
I got away with some, but I definitely got hurt a bunch. So I don't know. I just posted that one. I used it in that, why he's not texting you back. Yeah, that's at Scott Murray's house.
The old knack flip to
gone wrong to
knack
face
crash.
auger.
Yeah. Speaking of Scott Murray, now there's a dude who we need to watch some videos on as well.
Bro. Remember when Travis was like, if you crash a double flip, you're basically dead. And then Scott Murray was like, hold my beer,
hold my
pussy.
beer. Yeah, exactly. That's all I could think of. I was like, hold my fucking beer.
Yeah. Watch this. And then he just ejected himself out of double flip after double flip. And you're just like, holy shit. He is also a mountain of a man. So I will just put that out. He's huge. He's really big. Like 220 pounds solid. Like not fat at all. That's my guess. But he's a friggin' logger in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is basically the middle of Canada.
Okay, so the Canadian Scott Murray.
Almost. It's basically, he's right there. And it is the middle of nowhere. When we went out to that contest, it was like trees. That was it. Big ass pine trees. Big
trees, moose,
big
fucking
trees, yes.
I don't know, grizzly bears, I guess. I don't know.
Probably. I'm sure everything you could imagine is up there.
Oh no, I was just thinking, I wonder if watching a throwback on Scott Murray, because he's another guy who copped a lot of shit in the old days.
For his gloves.
Like, I wonder if we watched him now with everything we know in hindsight, like, would you look at it and go, fuck, that dude really copped the rough end of the pineapple?
Yeah,
he did. He did cop it.
One,
definitely.
It was gnarly what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he's the nicest person that you've ever met in your entire fucking life. and he can
That's all I've heard.
and he can actually ride. That's the thing. All these people, dude, I would have been such an asshole going in there if everybody gave me that much shit.
Yeah.
The following
exactly.
year, dude, I would have been such a dick, right? But
Yeah.
he's just super nice to everybody.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, Sheeny told me. He was talking about him. He's like, that guy has got so many fucking F trucks, and they're the biggest trucks you'll ever see.
oh, yeah.
And he's like, he's the nicest guy in the world. And yeah, so Sheeny had a lot of good things to say
Yeah.
about him.
His course
And
is ridiculous. He built a landing for double flips that was like 14 feet tall, and normally ours are 11 or 12.
yeah,
He built a metal landing that was 14 feet tall, and he had to tow it around with a 550. It was like 30,000 pounds. The fucking
that's a like actual truck, not a pickup truck. That's a truck.
yeah. He had like a RV inside the trailer, inside
Wow.
the landing.
God damn, 550.
Bro. That's
You
like
don't even
next
get
step. Like
550s in
450
Australia.
still looks like a regular pickup.
Yeah.
550s, those big, like rounded front over ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a Mack truck.
It's like right before it. The
It's
next thing, literally, the next truck size is semi.
Far. Okay, so do do you need a special license for a 550?
No, because it's regular brakes. Once you go to air brakes,
Okay.
maybe it has air brakes. If you have air brakes in the United States, it has to be
Okay.
CDL, unless it's an RV, and then you could be 80 years old and drive a 50-foot RV and tow yourself a
Yeah.
20-foot trailer, and no one gives a shit.
I love it. I mean, that's every movie that I've seen from America is like the old dude driving around in an RV. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh fuck, everybody's
bro.
got a bus license or something?
No,
Or
no. As soon as it's an RV, dude, all they
doesn't
want to
matter.
do, yeah, exactly. It's just like, can you make money with that truck? Yeah. All right, we need to license you and get a
Yeah.
CDL, and you need to keep a log. And then it's like you're an 80-year-old dude that has too much money and wants to drive his 100-foot long rig down to Daytona. Have at it.
Go for it. Yeah. Go and fly off the side of a fucking cliff. Like,
Have at it.
God damn, that is crazy. I mean, that's one thing I found out even over here. So from Australia to Europe, so in Australia, a regular car license, I can drive with I think it's up to like 4.2 ton trailer on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be like 8.4 tons on a regular license. Came over to Germany, got my license changed over, and they're like, yeah, no, everything that you have in your country, we're on the list, so it'll be the same in Germany. Okay, cool. Didn't think anything of it, and I may or may not have driven around with some trailers that may or may not have been overweight. Don't know. Can't tell anymore. But yeah, Frank the Tank, he's like, but Steve, you cannot drive this trailer. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course I can. No, you need a special license if you want to drive a trailer. I'm like, nah. The cops, they told me I'm sweet. And then we looked at my license. Oh, okay. So you need to I have to go spend like €1,000 to go get a new license just to say that I can have a trailer on the back.
Holy
And that's
shit.
not even getting to a truck license.
Oh
And
my
so,
God.
and this is just the trailer part. And then what I found out over here, it costs like 3,000 to 4,000 euros if you just want to get a car license, regular license.
Why?
You have to go to schools. You have to spend money
my
on I
God.
don't know fucking what, but that's Germany. That's their system. It's like 3 or 4 grand. And then I was looking to get my truck license, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that'll be 8 grand." I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not driving trucks.
Dude.
Fuck that.
We are the Wild West over here, aren't we? We're just
No,
shouldn't even put this out. I have skated minimal licensing and everything for like the whole time here. I'm like, that's why every time we're like, I think about something, I'm like, will I have to get extra licensing?
nah.
One time we had a toter home and then a semi trailer for our ride monster truck, and then we got just like a Volvo front for it, which was like a regular semi front.
Yeah.
And my partner in Texas, he's like, "Oh, we'll just register it as an RV, man." So we registered it as an RV, and insured it, which they originally insured it as an RV.
Yeah.
Then I drove it from Texas to Minnesota, which is like 15 hours or more.
Yeah.
Then I had to drive, or I went to Wisconsin, then to Minnesota. I got pulled and they shut me down at the weight station. I had to
Ooh.
sit there and wait for somebody to come by with a CDL license. They came in, drove me off of the lot, only a couple miles. Then I hopped back in and drove. I just have a regular license, FYI.
Oh
So they're
wow.
like, this is not an RV. That's why I had the argument with them. They're like, you need a CDL. And I'm like, if this was,
Right.
I said, if this was an RV, it wouldn't matter. They go, but it's not an RV. I go, but you just told me it's for safety. I go, but it's not for safety because if it was an
Yeah.
RV, I could drive it. A 100-year-old person could drive it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, so I waited until Sunday night. I ended up asking people, I was like, hey, can you drive me out of, so they pulled me in. I had somebody come and get me out. The next day, more cops showed up at the show. This is like 4 hours away. They show up at the show and they say, you're getting more tickets because you drove off. I had to prove to them, I had to bring the other guy over and be like, this guy drove me off of the lot. And they had to explain to them. And they were like, what time did they come? It was 3 o'clock in the morning. So they had to go through the footage, find 3 o'clock in the morning, find that he walked in there. So they're like, oh,
Oh
okay.
wow.
We had to get a lawyer for $2,500 to fight all these tickets. They literally gave me a list of tickets. And so then Sunday night, I was looking for somebody to help drive me out of Minnesota. And this one old guy, that there was a bunch of truckers, and they take me over to this the oldest guy, and they're like, talk to him, and he goes, this is literally all he said. He goes, if I'm going to run with a heavy load of potatoes, I'll do it Sunday night. That was literally. If I'm running overweight with potatoes, I do it Sunday night. And I was like, all right, enough said. As soon as it gets
Yeah.
dark, guess what? We're fucking pinning it out of Minnesota.
There you go. The wise old man.
That was lit. He
Fuck.
was like, I'm not incriminating I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm just going to tell you this. You could put it
Oh
together after that. So
yeah,
I was like, all right.
you figure out your own destiny, pal.
Yeah.
But if I was gonna do
If I'm running an overweight load of potatoes,
it,
it's Sunday night. Noted.
man. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want to incriminate myself, but actually, no, I'm a pretty good boy. I don't do too many stupid things like
Well, I
that.
already got in trouble for that, and we had to pay a lot, get a lawyer to fight it and all that
So
shit. So,
if you paid 2,500 for the lawyer to get you off the tickets, what were you up for?
dude, like, well, no CDL. Luckily, I
Right.
had insurance. So they had sent me an email that was like, you are insured. Then when I was pulled over and I was looking for that email, I found one that said we cannot insure you. So, so I was like, shit. So I just kept going past that one to the one that said I was insured, because it was
Yeah.
only probably a week or two, like difference. So I showed them that, and they were like, okay. So then I didn't have like everything, dude. There was empty beer bottles in the trailer. If you have a commercial vehicle in the United States, you can't have empties, you can't have fulls, you can't transport alcohol. Period. In your truck, anywhere, even if it's in the trailer, nothing. Um,
What? You're
there,
talking about the Wild West? There's no Wild West about
I
that.
know it's true. Um, I didn't have a fire extinguisher. I didn't have reflective triangles. I had kratom. Do you know what kratom is? It's like a leaf off of a tree from
Ah,
Southeast Asia, and it's like
yeah,
basically works as like it's like along the lines of a painkiller.
yeah.
But it's like not super addictive and stuff. So I had some of that. They gave me a ticket for a uh what the hell was it? It was like a possible. It was like drug lookout or something, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like you guys are waiting for it to turn into a drug or something? Like how? It's
What?
they're like, yeah, it wasn't illegal there, but they gave me a ticket for I forget how it was worded, but it was like possible drug. And I'm like, you guys gave me a ticket in case one day it turns into a drug? Like I don't understand what this is.
Oh my God.
And then there was a couple other things. Like I literally had a list of shit. And luckily though we got the lawyer. The lawyer went I didn't even have to go back up for it. But
God damn.
yeah.
So what did you get stuck with? Like, surely one of those things had to stick.
I don't remember because as the business, because I was like, I'm not paying for all this because this was your idea for me to drive it. So our business, we were partners at the time, so our business paid the fees. But I think maybe I can't drive through Minnesota. I don't know. No, I
So I don't
think
want to fucking go back there anyway.
yeah, exactly. No, I did go back actually with Nick to X Games like in 18 or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember. I think we got all of it, taken care of or we paid it or whatever, but I was like it was a big
Man.
hassle.
Wow. Okay. So over here, like I just said about all the licensing crap, but if I'm going to go anywhere with the German riders, like before we leave the German borders to go to England or France or Poland or anywhere, like the guys will load their vans up full of German beer. Like we'd be carrying probably 6 boxes minimum when we leave. And we'll bring them back empty because the Germans they've got this system for recycling that you get paid. Like basically for 3 empty boxes, you get enough money back to pay for another box of beer full.
Awesome.
So if you're going to go out with 6 boxes, you want to come back with those empties.
Yeah.
And you just bought 2 more boxes of beer. So yeah, you're saying you can't have empty or full beers in a commercial vehicle.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God damn. Oh no, that shit would not fly in Germany. Like they basically need to have a beer in the cup holder as they're driving.
Well, that's
Like,
what it is.
you got to pass the test by doing reversing with a trailer, holding a beer in one hand and steering wheel in the other.
That's the Midwest. They have drive-through liquor stores and shit. That's where Nick's from. Drive-through liquor stores. Everybody's driving the dirt roads with a beverage.
Yeah. No, well, I mean that's Australia. We've got drive-throughs everywhere. That's how you do it.
Awesome.
Actually, there's one thing I haven't seen here. Would have thought you'd see a drive-through in Germany, but there's not. But you can buy beer at like anywhere.
Step
like
your game up.
On the Autobahn, where you can drive 350 kilometers per hour, you can also buy beer at the petrol station. You can get them at the train station, like newsagent, anywhere that wants to sell alcohol can do so.
Awesome.
Basically. And in Australia, it can only be in can't even be a supermarket. It has to be an actual liquor store.
Well, that's how it is here. Most places. It's state by state, but like New Jersey, gas stations don't even have beer.
Yeah.
Like down south, gas stations will have beer but not liquor. And then you got to go to a liquor store to get liquor. But here, like you have to go to a liquor store or whatever for anything.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, there was a bar that had a drive-up window, and you could buy yourself a $5 Long Island iced tea in a big styrofoam cup with a straw in it, and they just hand it out the window to you in your
Oh
car.
my God, I am coming. Oh,
And I
that
mean, that thing
sounds.
was big, dude. It was like, and I'm like, what are you guys doing?
That sounds awesome. I am up for that. God damn.
I went to a Brewers game, baseball,
Yeah.
Brewers in Milwaukee. And yeah, like they don't let you in if you don't have beer. It's like the driver's test. Like everybody in the parking lot has beer. They're just walking in with their beers. Like they just throw their
Oh,
beer out and then buy another beer as soon as they get in. It's just you're expected to
awesome.
drink.
Yeah, everyone's got their stupid rules one way or another, and then they've got the cool rules where no one gives a fuck. Eh, that's good.
There you go.
Oh man, I better rock and roll. It's
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the morning here.
All right. We'll shut her down. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
No
We got 10
worries.
people watching on Rumble, just us babble about beer in the Midwest and Germany. But thank you guys for joining. Go back and watch the beginning when we actually watch the freestyle motocross content.
We watched we watched the show. That
Yep.
was awesome. Cool, man. No, thanks for having us. Thanks again to Paul Taubleib for putting us on to FMX Riot. That was awesome. And yeah, we'll have to hit him up, see if we can
I
get
feel
some
like he
more
has
footage.
connections on some other events probably.
Yeah, see if we can get some more happening. Awesome, man. Have a good one.
Yep.
And
You have a good
see you
night.
again next week, eh?
Yeah. Everybody, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, all that jazz.